Daniela, how are you?
Hi, Isaiah. Let me mute this real quick
Yeah,
because
no
I'm in
problem.
now. Okay. Hi, Isaiah.
How are
Good to be
you?
here. I'm good. Thank you. And you?
Good. Where are you calling in from?
Calling you from Jamaica, actually.
Jamaica. Awesome. What's going on today?
Yeah. So I know you said something earlier about dreams, but real quick, um, I'm just trying to understand. I had two different dreams where I was almost stabbed in both of them. And I'm just trying to, well, I would ask you, what kind of message do you think is coming out of those dreams
You were
for
in
me?
where?
So in both dreams, I was almost stabbed.
Oh, almost stabbed. I thought you said you were in a certain country. So you were almost stabbed in the dream, and then what? You just woke up right before you got stabbed?
Yeah, so in the first dream, I actually managed to somehow wrestle the knife away from my attacker, and I was jabbing at their under their foot. It was weird and pretty traumatic. But yeah, I was jabbing at under their foot, so I managed to like cut my attacker or get them back. And I think maybe something else happened after that before I woke up. And in my second dream, I managed to get the knife from my attacker and I was holding it at their throat, like I was about to slash their throat, but I didn't want to because I don't know, that would be traumatic for me to slice someone's throat. I know it sounds gory. I'm sorry if it
Yeah,
sounds
it
pretty
got
graphic.
intense really fast.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Yeah.
So,
But yeah, that's what happened.
okay, here's the thing about dreams. I believe God speaks through dreams. I believe dreams are biblical. We see dreams through the Bible. I have teachings on dreams. I have teachings on how to interpret your dreams. All of that. I'm 100% in support of God speaking through dreams. But just like everything else, the enemy also speaks through dreams. And we also have dreams that mean nothing. So it's like, does God speak? Yes. But so does my neighbor. So does my kids. So does my friends at school. Just because somebody's speaking to me, like if I go to a drive-thru, yeah, the person at the drive-thru is speaking to me. So just because someone's speaking doesn't mean it's always God, and dreams are the same way. There's so many voices and other variables. Like I've said in the past, if you watch, let's say, a crime documentary before bed, okay, and you're watching like
Yeah.
whatever, the first 48 hours or something, and then you're watching crime documentaries and then you go to bed and you're like, I had this dream that I was a detective, or I had a dream that I got murdered. What is God saying? To me, it's like, it's probably not God. It's probably just because you stayed up late watching the first 48 hours. And that's not about you. I'm just saying in general,
Yeah.
sometimes dreams have to do with what we're thinking about, what we're going through.
Yeah.
Maybe we have a fear. Like I literally still have dreams to this day of me being late to class or having a test I forgot to turn in. And that was a huge fear when I was in college, 10, 13 years ago. I haven't been in college in 13 years. Secular college 13 years ago. And I still once every 6 months have a dream that my math test isn't turned in. That was a fear of mine. Like I wasn't going to turn in a test. I know, weird, but I was a weirdo. So that I don't wake up and go like, oh Lord, I just think like, oh, I probably just had a dream that of an old fear of mine or something like that. There are times though, I do have dreams where I feel like I wake up and say, Lord, is that you? And I'll feel like God is
Yeah.
speaking to me. For example, a few days ago, I'll be careful how I say this because I gotta just be careful how I say this. But a few days ago, I was praying about an event that I committed to. And I basically said, Lord, if you want me to do this event, will you give me a confirmation tonight? Speak to me about the event, right? If you want me to do it or if you don't want me to do it. And then I had a vivid dream. I was at that event. I was preaching at the event. The fire of God was landing on people and it was like revival broke out, okay? So I woke up the next day, text the person, was like, I'm going to be there, right? Because I had a confirmation dream. I knew the dream was from God. I woke up and I felt like that was God answering what I was asking. So there are times where God does speak and confirm in dreams, but there's a lot of times where our dreams are just our own flesh, our own thoughts. Like I think last night I had a dream that I was getting like something done to my teeth. And I woke up and I literally prayed when I woke up. I said, Lord, was that you? Because God could speak that way, but I felt like the Lord was like, no, that was just your own dream. And I'm like, oh, okay, move on, right? I had a dream that was at the dentist, whatever. It wasn't a God dream. So that's where dreams do get tricky. Really, the only person I could say that would know is you, whether it was from God or not. And that's where you kind of have to just pray, write it down, pray into it and say, Lord, what does this mean? Is there danger coming? Is this somebody that like I'm in a relationship with that's going to backstab me? Is this like a connection, a friend or family? Sometimes maybe if you have a dream like that, you'll know the person that's trying to stab you and you're like, hey, maybe they're trying to stab me in the back. I don't know. You know, these are things you pray about, you look into, but yeah, I don't know that would be something where it's God. Especially if like you're holding a knife to someone's throat, I kind of think like, part of me goes like, I don't know if God would, you know, in your dream, have you holding a knife to someone's throat if it's a dream from him. And if it's not a dream from God, then we just disregard it. Like, all right, move on. I'm not gonna waste my time praying about it or writing it down. It just wasn't from God. I'm gonna kind of move on that dream.
Yeah, it's so weird too, because like you said, that would be weird if it was from God for me to be holding a knife to someone's throat. And it was a stranger too, like both my attackers are strangers. I did those dreams that I had like a month ago, and I think it was 2 days ago. So I'm just trying to figure out what it may be connected to. My mom actually had a stroke. She's admitted in a hospital right now. First time she's ever had a stroke. Also, my dreams it's like the first time I've ever remembered dreams that vividly. And I'm just trying to work out, like, these seem like it feels like a warning in some sense, that maybe some attack, because I normally never have dreams like that, never remember them if I have them. And yeah. I remember what you were saying about the movies too, like what you watch before bed. I was being very cautious about what I was watching before going to sleep, especially when the first one happened. I was like, no more, I don't watch scary movies, but I was cautious about what I was watching, before bed, just to rule that out.
Yeah.
Right. And so I'm trying to pinpoint now what else it may be connected to. Say my mom had a stroke, and at the same time, I'm actually going through a sort of journey, reaffirming my faith, reaffirming how the Bible was translated from, for example, the New Testament translated from Greek to English. And because there's some questions coming up in terms of what I thought I knew and believed about my faith, reading scripture for what it is. But you always hear a person say, oh, for example, they're like, this word wasn't translated correctly to English from the Greek, so this is what it actually means. And so that brought questions to my mind. Okay, let me just do my own research, translating from Greek to English to figure out what the Bible truly says. And so I'm kind of on that journey. I know I'm saying a lot right now, but
you're fine.
Those are the things that are happening right now that I'm reflecting on to see maybe it's connected to one of those things.
Yeah, and it could be. And that's something where, for me, the best time to find out is when you wake up from the dream. How did you feel? If you're like terrified, soaking wet in sweat, it's likely, in my opinion, I could be wrong. And again, I want to make sure everyone knows that I could be wrong on these things. These are just my own thoughts and my own opinions. Is oftentimes I'm like, okay, it probably wasn't from God. If I woke up terrified, soaking wet in sweat, it probably wasn't from God. It was probably from the enemy. It was probably from a demon. It was probably from myself. But if it's like I felt peace, I felt clarity, I remembered it clearly, then it's likely that it was from God. But definitely continue to pray into these things. Be vigilant. You're learning. I'm learning. We're all learning. The dream realm is a very mysterious place. Dreams are very mysterious. I don't think anybody truly fully understands them. I do know and believe God speaks in them. I do know God can also enter into our dreams, which is in the Bible. But I would just say keep learning and keep being vigilant, writing these things down, and God will give you the revelation and the wisdom to these.
Yeah, I'll definitely keep praying about it.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Daniela, for calling in.
Yeah. All right. You have a good one.
God bless you. Take care. Good question. Dreams are very hard to navigate. It's funny. I was thinking about today on the car ride home because I had a dream last night. I was at a dentist and I was getting some operation on my teeth. And I was like, I know people have said if you have dreams of your teeth getting worked on, it means you feel like you're out of control. But it's like, really? Is that what it means? I literally one time, guys, I'm not even lying. I made a video about the possibility of like, if this is in your dream, this is what it means. I made the video. I recorded the video. And then I deleted the video because I'm like, this isn't always the case. Like I made the video and then I thought, well, what if somebody thinks that this is always the way it is? Like if you have a dream about you're at the dentist, it means you're out of control. Then everybody thinks when they dream that they're out of control, when in reality, dreams are not, they're fluid. They don't always mean the same thing. So that's why I've never put out a video saying, if you have a snake in your dream, it means this. If you have teeth in your dream, it means this. If you get burned by hot water making top ramen, it means this. It's like, does it really always mean that? That's why I'm worried about when we lock in, this is what this number means. This is what this color means. It's possible it could mean that, but it doesn't always mean that. So there's my one of the videos I deleted. There's others. Maybe I'll share in the future. But yeah, there's that.